In this session, we will focus on implementing CRUD operations, specifically the create functionality. By end of this session, you will able to understand one of the CRUD operation called create, learn how to implement JPA to create new job entries in the database, handling responses and managing application state effectively. Based on the front-end design, implement a backend project to perform create operation into the database. Open backend project in the Eclipse, create entity class in the package model. Right click on the package model, create a new Java class, enter the class name as jobs. Then convert the plain Java class into entity class by adding the annotation @entity. Then map with the database table by using the annotation @table name equal to jobs. Then create a data member with data type long ID. It will be act as a primary key for this particular entity class. So add the annotation @ID and make it as auto generated by using the annotation @generated value and strategy equal to identity. Use control space to get. And map with the database table column by using the annotation @column, name of the column equal to ID. Then create required number of data members as per the front-end design. In front-end, we are going to collect job title, company name, location, job type, salary, and job description. So total 6 inputs we are going to collect it from the front end. So create 6 data members, string, title, and then map with the database table column by using @column, name equal to title. Then create another data member, string, company name, and map with the database table, @column, name equal to company. Then third input is job location. So string location and map with the database table, column name equal to location. Then next job type, string job type, map with the database table, @column, name equal to job type. Next salary, string salary, @column, name equal to salary. Then the last one, string description, map with the database table, @column, name equal to description. Then generate getter and setters. Right click on the file jobs.java and use the option source, generate getter and setters. Select all the data members, generate. Then save the file jobs.java and create repository. Go to the package repository, right click and add new interface. Name the interface as jobs repository to perform database operations. Then add @repository. Apply inheritance with the parent interface JPA repository by using the keyword extends. Extends JPA repository. Provide name of the entity class. Just now we created the entity class jobs.java. So use control space and find out the entity class from the package model. And provide data type of the primary key. So in jobs.java, ID will be the primary key. So the data type of primary key is long. So long is the data type for primary key. Then save. Then create implementation class to perform operations related to jobs. So right click on the package model, create a new class, name the class as jobs manager. Then add the annotation @service. Inside, create object for the repository by using @autowired, and the name of the repository is jobs repository. I just name the object as JR. Then write a method to perform create operation into the database. Public string create job is the method name, and take object of entity class as a parameter. So jobs is the entity class which is available in the model package, and create object for it. Inside, create a try catch block to handle the exceptions. Inside a try block, use object of jobs repository dot call the predefined method save and pass the parameter object j as an input. This will perform insert operation into the database. Then return the acknowledgement with the success code 200 concatenating the message new job has been created. If any error occur during this process, that was handled by the catch block. So return error message by concatenating the code 404 e dot get message. Then save. Then go to the package controller, create a new Java class. Right click on the package controller, add new Java class, name the class as jobs controller. Then add the annotation @REST controller and @request mapping. Set API name as jobs. Then enable cross origin @cross origin within bracket origins equal to star or provide URL of the front end. Inside, create object for the implementation class jobs manager and create object for it. Then create an endpoint using post mapping and set name of the service as create. Then write a method with the name create and take inputs from the request body. So add the annotation @request body and create object for the entity class jobs. So from front end, we will submit input in the form of JSON along with the request body. That input will be converted into Java object J here. Then return by using the implementation class object JM dot call the method create jobs and pass the parameter object as an input. Then save changes. Open MySQL Workbench, connect with your database. As of now, the database having 3 tables. Then start deploying your backend project. Right click on project name, run as Spring Boot app. Once the project is deployed, then go to database, refresh on the table. Now the new table job has been created. Execute select query for the table jobs. Initially the table is empty. Now we are going to test the API using a Postman. So open Postman, set request type as post and provide URL of the backend http:// localhost with port number 8080 slash name of the API jobs slash create and provide inputs along with the request body. So click on the body tag, then select input type as raw and format of input is JSON. So here we can pass value to the data members. So note down the data members in the entity class jobs.java. ID is a primary key and it is marked as auto-generated. So no need to provide value for ID. So start from title. So provide value for title here. Title, front-end developer. Then the second data member is company. So provide value for company here. TCS. Then the third data member is location. Location Chennai. Then fourth data member. Value for this data member taken from the front end in the drop down. So we can pass integer values, one for full time and two for part time. Then the next data member is salary. Then LPA. Then the last data member is description. And write description about the job. Minimum 3 years of experience required. Then submit input by click on the send button and wait for the response. We are getting a response with the message new job has been created. We can double check with the database. Go to MySQL Workbench. Initially the table is empty. Execute select query and we can able to see the inputs which we submitted using a Postman. Next we can integrate the API with the front end. Open front end in VS Code. Go to the file job postings.jsx and create a required number of states. Inside render, create 6 states to handle the data. Constant. One of the state title and then company and then location and then job type, then salary and then description. Once state is created, initialize it inside the constructor. So just about to render, create a constructor using the keyword constructor. Then initialize the state. This dot state equal to list out all the states and initialize. One of the state is title, initialize with null string. The second state is company, initialize with null string. Then the third one is location, initialize. And the fourth one, job type, initialize with null string. Then salary, assign with null string. Then description, initialize with null string. Then find out the input controls and assign states. This is my first input text box assigned with ID T1. So here I'm going to add name equal to title, value equal to the state title. Then second input, set name equal to company and assign value equal to company. Then set for third input, name equal to location and value equal to location. Then fourth one is a drop down. So set name as job type and value equal to job type. And the fifth one is input text box. Set name equal to salary and value equal to salary. And last one is text area. There also set name equal to description and value equal to description. So we assigned all the states to all input controls. We should not have a spelling difference between value of name attribute and the name of the state. Next, go to the front end, click on job posting, try to enter value on the input text boxes. So it won't allow us to edit. Even though I'm selecting value of the drop down, it's not updated on the element. So we need to handle the input change properly on the front end. Go to jobposting.jsx, just above to the render, create a function, load input change with parameter event. Inside, update the state by using this dot set state by using the value of event dot target dot name with its value event dot target dot value. Then call this function on all the input text boxes using on change event. So go to the first input text box, add on change event, use arrow function with parameter event and pass to the function this dot load input change with the parameter event. Then copy, add it on the all input text boxes. This is second input, third input, fourth input, fifth input, and then the sixth. Then save changes, go to front end. Now try to enter value on the input text box. Now it is allowing us to edit the value of state. After providing inputs, user click on the save button. This data will go to backend project and that will be saved on the database. So we need to integrate the API. Go to jobposting.jsx, find out the tag button with the caption save, add on click event, use arrow function and call the method this dot save job. So then create a function with this name save job. Copy, just above to render, create a function save job. Prepare JSON data, let data equal to JSON dot string IFY, get value from the state, this dot state. So now the input data is ready. Then we need to call the API. To call API, we need to take help from api.js. So import api.js, import all the functionalities from the file api.js. After importing, we can use the function call API. It takes 4 parameters. First one, request method, post. Second one is the URL. So base URL plus concatenate the remaining part of the URL, that is jobs/create. And the third one is input, which is available in the object data. And the fourth one is a response handler. This dot save response. End with semicolon. Next, we need to create a function with the name save response with a default parameter response. Inside process the response and display it using a let dialog. So let data equal to response dot split based on the special character double colon, and then use alert dialog and display the value from the array with index number 1. So message will be on index number 1, code number will be on index number 0. So we are trying to display the message on the front end. Save, go to the browser, provide value, backend developer, name of the company, Wipro, location and the job type full time, salary 20 LPA, and the job description minimum 5 years of experience. Then click on save button. We will get a response from the backend. New job has been created. Then go to database to cross check, execute select query. New record is added with the inputs which we provided from the front end. Then we need to handle the pop-up on the front end. So go to job posting.css, find out the class where we define style for pop-up window, add a new style, display none. So this will make the pop-up will disappear from the front end. Save changes, go to the browser. Now pop-up disappears. Then go to job posting.jsx, find out the division with the class name footer. Inside footer, add a new button and write caption on the button as add new. So then define style for the button which is created inside the footer. So start from parent dot jp container. Inside there is a class called footer. Inside we have the button tag. So define width 75 pixels and height 28 pixels and font size 9 pixel points and background with the RGB value 13, 150, 4. Then foreground color white and then no border, border none, and then border radius 2 pixels. Then set edge over property for the button. So copy this path and paste it. Add edge over property. Change cursor type as pointer and show slight difference on the background. So background with the RGB value 13, 180, 104. It will give slight difference on the background color. Save changes, go to the front end, move cursor on the button which is available on the footer. So there is a slight change on the background and also cursor type has been changed as a pointer. Next, add on click event for this button to handle the pop-up. So go to job posting.jsx, add on click event, use arrow function and call this dot show pop-up. Then create a function with the name show pop-up. Copy just above to the render, create a function show pop-up and change the display property of the pop-up class. So find out the ID of pop-up window by using the ID dot style dot display equal to block. This will bring pop-up on the front end. Then save changes, go to the front end, click on job posting, then click on add new. It will bring pop-up on the browser. If user click on the close button to close the pop-up, it will be handled properly. Then go to find out the tag span which is created inside pop-up window. Add on click event with arrow function. This dot close pop-up. Then create a function with this name, close pop-up. Copy this name just above to the render. Create a function with the name close pop-up, and we can copy this statement and paste it inside close pop-up and change the value, display value as none. Then save changes. Go to the browser, click on add new. It will bring pop-up on the front end. If user click on the close button, pop-up disappears. So we successfully implemented a backend project to perform create operation into the database, and the pop-up is handled properly on the front end.